Okay, so I'm Carla. I stay in Athlone. I was raised by a single parent. I have two older brothers from my mom's side, and then I have four other siblings from my father's side. And life hasn't been an easy road for me, and it's not something I would want people to feel sorry for me about. I firmly believe that what I've went through, it's just God's way of molding me into the person I'm supposed to be, and also the career that I want to go in. I stay in an area where there is absolutely no hope given to us as young people, or a helping hand. I think the resort to what the community has then inflicted on us as young people is that you fix broken with broken. I'm not sure if they realize that, but when you are approaching young people who are in a mindset of I've already achieved nothing, so there's nothing to work for, you cannot go to them, approaching them, making them feel as if they are boxed up into your opinion. I think the problem is that no one listens to us as young people. We get told we are the generation of tomorrow. I firmly believe that we are the generation of today. The generation we birth will then be for tomorrow and the future. And to share a bit about myself, with my mom being a single parent, at 2 weeks old, I believe that was the first time my dad saw me, and not again. There has been contact with him, but over the years, he hasn't been a father to me. There hasn't been a steady father figure in my life besides my brother. And that's the problem within our communities, especially the Cape Flats. Our fathers tend to not step up, and this is not for all fathers. I firmly believe that there are good fathers who step up and say, you know what, it's my time to take up responsibility and own up for the decisions that I've made. But what happens is, especially in areas where fathers are absent, most likely they say that you're either likely to become a gangster or fall pregnant. Those are things that I refuse to resort to. I believe that the generation that I will then birth will have the same thing that I have today. My father walking out has been a pain in my life, because a pain that I've kept a secret, to the fact that it pushes me to what I want to be. So with him in and outing of my life, it was an emotional roller coaster. But at a very young age, I needed to realize that it's time to step up. My brother raised me because my mom, she's like a community activist, and she's always working, and she flew to different places at the time with her work. But it also gave me a sense of that is not what I want to be one day. My mother has done an incredible job, and as in being there, like financially, where the growth that really took place in my life, my brother then did that. And that's the problem I see with the communities these days, that where they take younger children who still need to experience life, that needs to learn how to grow, and give them responsibilities that are way above their head. So when young people start acting like adults and doing what adults are supposed to be doing, there's this gap within themselves to find who they are. So what happens is, one day when they do have their kids and are supposed to be adults, they resort to being a kid again. And I think that's a gap that needs to be filled with, are kids allowed to be kids? And I'm passionate about this because if I can reflect on the person who has raised me, my brother, I call him my father, there was an emotional connection between the two of us, but it's time for him to step up to the plate, and it all just got too much for him. And that to me says that I should be grateful that he sacrificed his youth for me, so I gotta go on and do this. Regarding my father, I cannot hate him or disregard him. I will always have respect for him. It's just I choose where he plays a role in my life, because through life I made some stupid decisions, such as like when I was in grade 4, a lot of my friends would always talk about their father being there for them, and I would like get myself sick at school. I got into such a dark place where I thought to myself that maybe I just wasn't good enough. And then I obviously found a love, and that has been my faith. God's really been good to me. I mean, I tell myself every day that you get up today because someone that was in your generation and of that age group didn't get up to see today, so you go out and you go do it. So with saying that is, I'm driven with the circumstances and the way I grew up, and also how things have played out in my life. I can really say that I'm a walking testimony for my community, but not everyone has that sense of self-worth when it comes to themselves. And the reason why I find that in myself is because I don't want my future kids to go through the struggle of having unsupportive parents emotionally, because that's a gap that's great within the youth. And I think it starts at the place where if no one's going to tell you that you have the seed, now grow with it, you're never gonna know. So there's one thing that I'd say to the young people to encourage them to, you know what, go out and do things for themselves, is find people that are going to make you greater than what you are. Try and do research as much as you can. Ask for assistance. Just at least try to remain motivated. Motivate yourself. My motivation to you would be that just because you're going through a struggle doesn't mean that you need to mold yourself to that. Take your scenarios or the things that you go through in life and make that the reason for you to fire up your engine. And also, don't allow the people in your life, for example, like if you have a father that has been absent in your life, or parents, or even have been abused in a sense that you lost your sense of value, don't allow that to hold you back. Instead, have that push you, because in the end, when those people are not around anymore, you are stuck with the decisions that you just molded to because of what had happened to you. So keep on keeping on, and yeah.